All right, a rolling 60 Crip from an organization that Bricc Baby has essentially given his life to, told on Bricc Baby. I'm not a gang member. I'm a civilian. All right,
His
so
own
maybe it's not
man.
my place to speak on this, but I feel like I kind of have to because loyalty means something, and the fact that Bricc Baby gave his entire life.
Man, these niggas be cripping with grays in their hair, bruh. That shit
To a
crazy.
particular organization, and the fact that somebody from that organization would do him this dirty, would do him this bad. And I'll even go further to say, yo, they're part of the reason this entire Fed case is even on Bricc Baby. Back in 2022, Bricc Baby was going by his day conducting some business. Now, while conducting business, some trouble found him. Now,
Uh-oh.
it's believed that Bricc Baby was conducting business within the 60s, right? Or within an adjacent neighborhood, somewhere he felt safe at. When he was conducting business there, two
We know what type of business, too. We know.
men approached Bricc Baby. Now, it was unclear what the conflict was about or why those two men approached Bricc Baby, but apparently those two men was familiar with Bricc Baby. There was
Had
some
to have
rapport
been.
there. You can probably make your assumption. Who would Bricc Baby be familiar with that would approach him with conflict within 60s territory? If you look at the court documents, this incident in
Exactly. They on home turf now. Who the only people that could be on home turf?
July of 2022 was mentioned several times in Bricc Baby court documents. Now, the document says defendant is now charged with multiple counts of possessing firearms and ammunitions, all in violation of 18 USC. The first charge stems from defendant shooting 3 bullets in a business parking lot in July of 2022 to ward off would-be robbers. Now, this is tricky warding, right? Because Bricc Baby was never charged with the actual shooting. Bricc was never charged with shooting somebody. However,
Exactly. It says stems from. Hold on, yeah.
what the Fed said was, listen, we found ammunition that belongs to that gun that Bricc Baby fired in the business parking lot in July of 2022. Well, then you have to ask yourself, hold on.
Y'all got no
How did the
cameras?
feds have record of this? Bricc was never charged for this, never arrested for this. How did the feds know that Bricc Baby fired a firearm in a business parking lot within the 60s?
Gotta be a camera.
How did they know this? Like, he was never arrested, police were never called. Like, there was no record of this. The only people who had record of this was Bricc Baby and others around Bricc Baby. Well, we'll get to how the feds knew about this shortly after, right? So then the feds go on and talk about his other charges. The second charge involves all the firearms and ammunition found at his home in June of 2023. Both of these charges followed 5 felony convictions from 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2020. Goddamn. Respectfully, while the pretrial services report
Yeah.
includes
Damn near every 2 years is actually getting locked up. He
a
tripping.
long criminal history with out-of-state convictions. When Bricc Baby went for
I
bond,
bet they got
the
that boy on the
feds said, yo, he
schedule.
shouldn't get a bond because of his violent history, and they referenced this particular instance. And the Fed says defendant's offenses: possessing multiple firearms on multiple occasions and over 125 rounds of ammunition, some of which he fired, are serious. That defendant fired at would-be robbers in a business parking lot.
Wait, so y'all admitting that they was gonna rob him? We in LA, I can't shoot somebody that's gonna rob me? What? I don't, what? That's some bullshit right there. Mm-mm.
And less than a year later was found with firearms after purportedly pointing them at his partner and child, only confirmed that the defendant should not be possessing firearms. Well, how
Whoa, you up blick on baby mama? Up and blick on your baby mama is some of the craziest shit you could do. And your kid, it ain't all the cheating in the world.
how did the feds know this happened? There's no record. He was
They
never
know
arrested for
everything.
it.
What?
He was never brought in and questioned by the local police for it. How did the feds know this incident was even a thing? Well, here's what happened, okay? When the feds had Bricc Baby on wiretap, when they were investigating Bricc Baby,
Do
somebody
y'all homework
approached
on the
them and
wiretap?
gave them a tape of this shooting. Somebody had possession of this tape. Now you ask yourself, how did they get possession of the tape? They weren't there. It was Bricc Baby, two dudes. They ran off and Bricc Baby fired shots and he hopped in his whip and he left. No, this person had access to the business cameras, right? The
How you think gamers be getting away with it? Soon as something happens, I'm finna go in the store, I'm finna pay you off, and I'm finna get that tape. You crazy as hell. You think you finna just not have that tape up? No, I need that.
local business owners, the mom and pop shops that were there, they had cameras. And because this was an incident that took place within the 6-0s, amongst 6-0s, a 6-0 had access to those cameras. A
Of
6-0
course.
got that tape.
Of
A 6-0
course.
held that tape in their possession. And a 6-0 told Bricc, hey, I got this tape. Now,
Blackmailed him, huh?
if you know anything about the situation or you were even connected to it, you know Bricc Baby was kind of concerned that somebody was telling on him. He just always felt it. Like he always felt like, man, bro, like I'm loyal to certain niggas, man, but it don't feel like they loyal to me. And like he kind of went from being around certain
Duh, welcome to a gang. Welcome to a modern day gang, bruh. Gangs have never been loyal to each other, folks. Who told you that's how it went?
people and said, nah, man, F it, bro. I'm by myself now. Man, bro, like they flawed. And the reason why Bricc Baby kind of broke off a lot of relationships prior to his arrest, because he knew they turned him in. They told on him. They gave the tape to the feds of him firing that firearm. But luckily for Bricc Baby, the feds never charged him with firing the firearm. They charged him with being a felon in possession of a firearm. And when they raided his crib, which by the way, they raided his crib and they found
Don't tell me he was dumb enough to have straps in the crib as a felon. Go ahead, bro.
ammunitions that they're tying to that shooting, as you just read. Now, if you listen to Bricc Baby's first jail call, before I knew this story, like that first jail call was always cryptic to me. I never quite understood it. But that first jail call, if you listen to it, Bricc Baby lays it all out. He tells a story of betrayal. He tells a story of being the only real one in a sea of
Where the
fakes.
call is that? I ain't heard them.
And when you re-listen back to that jail call, Bricc Baby first made on his first call from jail, it
What'd he
all makes
say?
sense now. They told on him, they ratted on him, they turned
Mm,
him in.
mm.
People very close to Bricc Baby. And it's not cool and it's not right. And hopefully, after bro sentencing, hopefully when this entire case is finally done with and bro know how much time he's getting, we can finally unravel a lot.
Say this. All of this started November 2020. They let
2020.
Blue Jesus out of the county jail, man. I came home to a lose-lose
He said
situation,
Blue
man. You know what I
Jesus.
mean? They, one of my best friends, coming up on the day of all the stuff that's happening, I'm sitting back on my bunk and I'm sitting there just going through stuff, and one of my best friends and my brother got into a mean incident that turned out crazy, man. And my best friend still my road dog, whether he here or gone. And I ain't even had a chance to mourn him publicly on the streets because everybody tags me with another man's business. You know what I mean? Me and Eric have nothing to do with each other. You get what I'm saying? Me and Nipsey are, it's like are closing me out to where I can't even love my brother the right way or mourn for my brother the right way. I think the world kept and they dukes up against me from the get go. You know what I mean? Right now I look back at all the hate on the streets. The internet really didn't know till I opened them up, but as soon as I came home it was everybody against me. Everybody against me. The record deals, the record labels, all my homeboys in there.
Here niggas go with the excuses, boy. Everybody just wants some haters. I swear, I don't know. I noticed that, bro. Like, everybody wants some haters so bad, folks. Nobody is obligated to fuck with you. I promise you.
Industry, all of them. It didn't matter who it was. They were scared to be out with me publicly unless it was YSL. They were scared for me to come around because of my name.
Duh. Well, you probably got a man. You probably got a fucking loaf on your head. What? I don't want to be around you neither. No, sir.
Being connected to that, I had no win. So you sit back and you watch all the hate. Blind stares from a million pairs of eyes, and they screaming, put him down. Oh yeah, they running parades at the Bricc Baby in jail. You know what I mean? These are all the same people. Gotta pay attention. I can't talk too much, but you gotta understand. This has nothing to do with what I'm going through right now, but deep thoughts. It's like, where did everybody start hating me? Where did you start hating Bricc Baby? Because I got a whole lot of people that love me, but where did you start hating me? Because everybody got a biased opinion of the Bricc after they figured out the relationship. I'm going to let that sit there because I don't want to, you know what I mean? Even to the point to where the people that still represent the Marathon Foundation and the All Money In Foundation, you know what I mean? They resent the Bricc and they deal with people that hated Nip and they know
Nigga talking about himself in third person, mind you. Talking about the Bricc. Boy, you got gray hairs.
they did, but
Cut
since
it
he
out.
died, they've been being riders, meat eaters, you know what I mean, to the association and coming around just for the celebration, man, and y'all forgetting all the past events that happened, because I really was there. But that is, you know, we're not going to talk about nothing in specific over this horn. Rest in peace to my boy, though. That day coming up and it's hard every time. I never celebrate this day. You gonna see people celebrate this day. Pay attention. You know what I mean?
We can't celebrate the life of Nip now? We just supposed to all be depressed just because you depressed? That's the only way we can grieve is to be depressed and sad? What?
These people out here.
This call is from a federal prison.
That's over with. So I'm not even connecting this conversation to that, right? But everybody out there be begging for the title. Everybody begging for the title, but they name never get called, right? You know what I mean? You out there, you super representing this your section, this area. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I'm just trying to figure out why they name don't never get called. And the real ones don't never catch no break like you dudes that say that y'all real ones. Y'all tack on a million different extra joints a year. Just be right there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want the title, you know what I mean? But the name never get called, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't help it.
He just talking a bunch of nothing, man.
Take that how you want to take it. But this ain't right what they did to Bricc, man. This ain't right.